If you want to create real success and fulfillment in your life, then listen closely, because there are 5 pillars that you need to live your life by. 5 pillars that when you really start embodying these, you will notice more money, better relationships, more connection to the divine, a deeper purpose for what you're trying to accomplish in your life, and better overall physical health and well-being. When I started living my life around these 5 pillars, I have been able to make more money in a single month than I made at any of the jobs that I have had throughout an entire year of working. I have been able to create deep and intimate relationship with my wife after spending 9 years in one of the most toxic relationships that I have ever seen. I have been able to reconnect with God in a way that I never have before. And I know every day when I wake up, I am living my purpose. I am taking steps in the right direction to fulfill my biggest dreams and make my biggest goals become a reality. These 5 pillars will allow you to step into who you were meant to be. If you're lacking in one of these pillars, that is okay, because as long as you take the necessary steps forward and focus on creating success throughout each pillar, you will live a fulfilling life. So let's break them down real quick. Pillar number 1 is health. Health is the foundation that everything else is built on, because when you're not healthy, you won't have the energy to fulfill your purpose. You won't have the focus and the clarity to make shit happen. That is why I always focus on this one first, because if I'm not healthy, I can't show up the way that I need to for my wife. I can't show up the way that I need to for my daughter. Growing up, I have seen and heard multiple stories of parents not being able to have the health that they needed to play catch with their son, to show up for their kids in a way that other fathers have. And I knew deep down that that is not the way that I wanted to live my life, which is why I put so much priority on making sure that I am in the best health that I can be. That's emotional health. That's physical health. And once we'll talk about one of the other pillars, it's spiritual health. When you can get your health in order, everything in your life becomes easier. Putting in that 110% becomes easier. Waking up in the morning because you have got a great night's sleep makes your entire day easier, because health is more than just, getting fit and going to the gym. It's about keeping your emotions in order. It's about being mentally healthy and mentally strong, about having that mindset and not being able to get fatigued from minor setbacks. It's about having the energy to give it your all every single day. The next pillar is your relationships. I'm a strong believer in your quality of life is based on the relationships that you have. I believe this because for 9 years of my life, I was in one of the most toxic relationships. We fought all the time. We had no trust. And every day was like walking on eggshells. And I allowed that to happen. I allowed myself to stay in a relationship that wasn't serving either of us. And that relationship was killing my confidence. It was breaking me down every single day, to the point where I didn't even feel like I was worthy of anything. And once I finally grew the fucking balls to get out of that relationship, my confidence started coming back. My happiness started coming back. I wasn't falling in these deep cycles of fucking depression. I mean, the week I filed the divorce papers, I closed more sales in that week than I closed the entire year before. Because when you aren't allowing yourself to stay around negative people and to stay in negative relationship, your entire energy changes. In sales, all of that is energetics. It's me pushing my positive energy out to the world and attracting that positive energy back into me. And you can't do that if every single day you are surrounded by just toxic relationships. And this isn't just about partners. It's about friends. It's about the people you spend most of your time with. Because studies show that if you surround yourself with negative people that complain, that make excuses, then even though if you came into this being the happiest person in the world, you will start having what they call mirror neurons affecting your day-to-day life. And you will start believing these negative things. You will start looking and making excuses on why you can't do what you are trying to do, which is why you need to do anything that you can to remove yourself from these negative relationships. And the next pillar is wealth. This is your ability to make money because money becomes a tool. You can help so much more people with $1 million than you can when you're broke. Now you might say, I'm going to go volunteer my time to really start making an impact. And that's a great place to start. But let's be real for a second. You can only help a certain amount of people with your time. And if you look at the wealthy people, they are using their money to leverage other people's time. So that way they can make an impact on an exponential scale. You are doing the world a disservice if you are broke, especially if you have a really good fucking heart and you know that you want to do something in your life to really make a positive impact. So focusing on creating wealth, go start a business. If you already have a business, where can you start funneling your money into passive income generating assets? Whether that's real estate, whether that's investing in the stock market, investing in crypto, really taking that step back, figuring out, okay, this is where I'm at and this is where I want to go. What steps do I need to take so that way I can continue to grow this pillar, the pillar of wealth? If you don't start understanding how to manage your money and how to get your money to work for you, then you will continue to stay in the rat race. Now I want to talk about pillar 4. Pillar 4 is your being, your spirituality. Whether you believe in God, Buddha, it does not matter. What matters is that you have a strong connection to the divine, because there's power in that. There's power in prayer. There's power in meditation. There's power in journaling. And when you can get connected and closer to the divine, again, whatever that is for you, something magical starts happening in your life. This weight drops off of your chest. You finally have somebody bigger than you to lean on. When I was in my negative relationship, I was with somebody that didn't believe in God. Growing up, I was forced into the Catholic Church. I had a really bad taste in my mouth because of all of the things that, my family forced me into. I wasn't allowed to create my own relationship with God. And throughout my divorce, I started redefining what that relationship looked like. I started praying. I started journaling. I started believing. And when you start believing and, leveraging whatever this higher power is to you, then amazing things start happening in your life. Miracles start happening in your life. The 5th pillar is your purpose. Some people might call this your why, but I simply call it purpose. Your purpose is going to change throughout your entire life. One of the biggest purposes that I have with my business, with my story, is to show people that have gone through the same bullshit that I have with drugs, with addiction, with abuse, that it doesn't have to be that way. Just because your past was dark does not mean your future can't be bright. Your entire life can change based on a single decision you make, a decision to do something different, a decision to sit down and discover what is your purpose. Did you grow up with domestic violence in your house? Maybe your purpose is showing people that have gone through domestic violence that there's a life on the other side of that. Maybe you struggled with drugs and now you want to help be that rock for other drug addicts. Whether that is donating money to nonprofits or starting your own nonprofit that helps support drug addicts, get them off the street. Maybe you've been to prison and you came out and now you're extremely successful. So you want to leverage your story, your success, and create a program helping ex-cons step into their greatness. Maybe you've just had a family. Maybe your purpose is being the best husband, the best wife, the best mom, the best dad you can be. When you start living your life on purpose and you start focusing on these 5 pillars, you will start living a life of success and fulfillment. Now, if you like this video and you want to see more, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, because I'll be dropping one of these videos every single week. Because again, my goal is to show people that have gone through the same shit that I have gone through and leverage my story to show them that it doesn't matter where the fuck you were born. It doesn't matter if you were born poor. It doesn't matter what race you are. All that matters is every single day you are becoming 1% better.